What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets REACT, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. So excited about this video. If you're new to us
and we're new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell.
Because we're on the road to 200K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, alright? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Let's get it.
What is the best advice about love that has been handed down to you by an elder?
Hey,
That's a good one.
it's a big bar. Wow.
Okay, so I've got two. A notorious Somali saying is date them all and then pick the best one, which I absolutely love because it teaches you, like, don't get attached to anyone, enjoy yourself. Like, you know, obviously dating shouldn't be like a stressful thing. Like, it should just be enjoyed and then like pick the best of the bunch.
Love comes in seasons and you have to work on love. You can fall out of love, you know, but you can fall right back in. That's the best advice I got from my mum. And is very true, because there are moments where I do not love my husband. He really irritates me, he really gets on my nerves, you know, but you have to continuously work at it. The same person that I fell in love.
Man, whoa. You got something you want to say? You want something you want to share?
Marriage is marriage.
Marriage is a lot.
Listen, people think marriage is all lovey-dovey every single day. Baby, especially those of us who are with our spouses every single day, all day, and we just love them, right? But sometimes we just be nah.
What's that face for? What's that mean? What you doing, tying knots and stuff?
Tie knots.
Okay.
With 10 years ago, he's not the same person now. He's changed.
My grandmother said there's no such thing as a good man. You find a man that you can... No, seriously, this is what she said. What did she say? She said something like, you just find a man that you can basically endure whatever you can take. She was like, there's no such thing as a good man.
Like that.
Knowing when to give somebody space. And I would say that advice wasn't handed down to me verbally. Advice was handed down to me by my family, by watching them. Because I've watched my dad love my mum and my mum love my dad for 40 years.
Love that.
There's one line my dad told me, and it's why I left my relationships in the past. He said, son, how this woman is right now, if she doesn't change,
your children,
can you live with that for the rest of your life?
Oh, okay.
And I said, no. He said, cool, you know what to do.
Makes sense.
That's it then.
That's a bar.
It is.
Bye-bye.
Hey.
There's
Adios.
also my grandma, who's no longer here, may God rest her soul. But she would always say, like, if you marry a guy, make sure that he loves you more, because he will never leave.
There are things in me that
I
are
heard
just
that before.
innate, I think. I understand when somebody I'm in a relationship with might need some space, or might need a hug, or might need some reassurance, or a conversation might need to happen. It's difficult to say that there's one specific type of advice. My family have led by example, and what an example they've been.
Because as women, like, she knows, like, we're so selfless, and like once we're in it to the end. So that's like advice that I would say has stuck with me, definitely.
It's very good advice.
I think so.
Yeah.
Thank
I think
you.
so.
Not bad, not
Big
bad.
you up.
They came out with some good advice.
Yeah.
Because usually we watch a lot of these different types of videos and they be kind of the same thing. Some things be cliche. Some people be up there giving advice and they haven't been in the type of relationships who give advice. You know? But the advice that I say did I hear this before? I don't know if I heard it. But marriage is a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Okay.
You know, everybody want that perfect love story. You got to create that perfect love story. You have to create that perfect day every day. And you have to show up for each other. I have said this before in one of our advice videos. This was like on our family channel a long time ago. Dion and I had this thing like when we were learning to argue. Right, in a marriage, I was learning to argue because there's some toxic marriages out there. I don't want anything toxic attached to me. But I do know I can be one of the most stubbornest people there is when I'm peed off. Right, very, very much. Like, I'm the most lovable person you can meet, but once I'm peed off, baby.
Yeah.
Okay, and the Dion would do this
it's like
thing
waiting
where,
for paint to dry to get you a response back.
Listen, I'm horrible. God's working on me.
Oh,
okay.
bruh.
Dion when we would get into an argument and I would go off by myself because I need my space, usually I would go in our room and sit on the edge of the bed. And then I would go on the opposite edge of the bed. And he would stay there no matter how long
She don't like that.
took. He would stay there for hours. And I'm like, I never got my time to myself because you was technically here.
Yeah.
Okay, and I love that about him. Like, as much as it would bother me, I love that because that showed that we were together in a problem. And you wanted to attack the problem together. It's us versus the problem, not us versus each other. I love that.
I think that's a good spot for me to take the wheel because, for one, you give your partner space, but at the same time, space can also lead them to not ever coming back to the problem. Yeah. Which leaves the problem a problem. You know what I'm saying? Then it becomes a trigger. So now the triggering is becoming the problem. Now you got another thing you got to battle. But yeah, so that's how I would kind of nitpick at it and whatnot. But another thing I would like to mention is that, I guess I can say I learned this. Communication is key. Mad cliche. Yeah. But at the same time, as you guys are going through the problem together, bring solutions into the situations where you're adding value and not pulling from one another. Mm-hmm. Because it's so easy to say, I ain't talking to you no more. Mm-hmm. Don't text my phone no more. Mm-hmm. Leave me alone. Don't ever, like, a whole lot of stuff can be taken away from a person just because y'all had a disagreement. But I feel like if you add value to it by adding solution-based situations, then y'all can both create something as of a bridge where y'all can find each other again.
Yes, and I would say don't say things out of anger that you truly do not mean. You cannot take words back. You cannot take actions back because there's some of y'all who be going to do things just because you mad at your partner. Like, that, you could never go back from that, right?
Yeah. Some stuff is really marked. Yeah, you write that in your book for real.
G-Ma, we love ya.
Hey, going crazy today.
Tell us about a time you did something so romantic that it shocked you.
Oh.
It shocked us that we done it.
Yeah, man. You're like, rah, does that mean?
He shocked. It shocked me.
Met her, gave her her birthday card, and there was tickets to Paris. Went to Paris the next day.
I cleaned somebody's house. Yeah.
Oh, that's very romantic.
Yeah.
Deep clean or like a little
It
wipe?
was a deep clean,
Oh,
recharging the Hoover and everything. Yeah.
Oh.
It shocked me because then after when I left, I said, "That's not even your house."
That's crazy.
There was a time where I wanted to know someone's birthday, and then I just ended up like stalking someone's like grandma, and then I somehow like found baby pictures and birthday pictures, and I just thought that was like so romantic on my end. What? Like, I just was like, oh my god, and then you just have to pretend that you don't know.
And then we went to like the Eiffel Tower, and I gave her them times like promise rings was the in thing. So I went to Eiffel Tower, gave her a promise ring. That was probably the most romantic. That I shocked myself when I look back at it. I said, "What? I've done that."
And then it was like, oh my god, my birthday, and I'm like, oh my god, so that means you're a whatever sign. And then it's like, oh my god, yeah, how did you know? And it's like, this whole time I knew.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought that was very romantic of me.
Driven really far. I don't really. That romance is not really where I excel.
So what was the romantic part?
The romantic part was the knowing and the finding out.
Right.
Yeah. I just had this conversation with my little brother. Shout out to my little brother, man. And I was asking him, like, because he's married, I asked him, so which one of y'all is the most romantic in your relationship? Because we was asking each other questions about dates and whatnot. And for you, I want to answer one for you that I thought was like, I won't say romantic, but mad thoughtful.
Okay.
She would have my favorite food sitting in the cabinet.
Oh, at my personal part.
Yeah. So when I pulled up, she already knew I'm about to, like when I go in there, I'll be like, oh, snap. That's me all day. Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? So she's like, yeah, I thought about you. I'm like, you sure did.
Yeah, that is so long ago. That's my first apartment.
Yeah. But for me, though, it was one out of many was a random proposal.
Oh, they
that
got
I did.
us thinking about the beginning.
Yeah.
I prayed for a marriage like this, y'all. I really
man.
did. I don't want to cry, but I prayed for a marriage like this because I wanted a marriage where my children would look to my marriage and say, my parents loved each other right. So that's why I am the man and the woman that I am today. Like, I absolutely...
That's pretty unique to ask this question because we just asked our sons this question. I was like, what is something y'all noticed that y'all would see mommy and daddy do that's like romantic or an awe moment to y'all? That was pretty dope because, you know, we had these like conversations. I feel like these are important to have because it just creates a space in their head to be like, one day I will know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, this is a blessing. I'm living in the answered prayer.
Hey, amen.
They know that you...
Not the
They
shimmy.
never found out.
Sad, because I'm not romantic, you know?
This is the thing, right? These men aren't giving us enough opportunity to be romantic. I don't care.
Well, that's a good thing.
Whoa, pause. Hold on.
Thing.
Because I think I didn't finish my statement when I was talking about my little brother because I'm not romantic like that. I feel like that I have it, but I'm not crazy like off the radar like my wife is.
You fulfill my love language, though.
I know what to do. But at the same time, I feel like when it comes to income... No, I'm not saying that, but at the same time, I feel like you have it more than I would. When it comes to who is more romantic. It's not a competition, babe. But when it comes to who is more, like, for instance, you may have one spouse or one person in a relationship who loves to do the research. And you may have one who loves to do it first time they thought about it. You know what I'm saying? One may be more in depth with it and say they want to set it up and be more organized, which you are mad organized.
It's not a competition.
It's not, but that's just how it is.
I know.
So yeah, boom.
You
that's what I want to make
finish
shit.
No,
that's what it was because I was asking him. I was like, who's the most romantic? And I was telling him about our relationship, about who's the most, and who would be the person to really go crazy to get an awe moment out of a situation. Yeah, so yeah.
I try to think out of the box. That's why I like to listen to different perspectives, different cultures. What's romantic to you, so that I can implement over here?
Yeah.
Different things.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I don't care.
The best is yet to come.
Are black couple role models important?
Yes, very, 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 very.
It's so important.
Yeah, but I can't trust them no more.
Like, I remember I was even on a podcast and they were like, wait, but why do you have these kind of ideals? Like, don't you think you're asking for a bit much? And I'm like, well, no, because I've seen it. I've seen it work.
I think they are important, but especially in the UK, I feel like we're forcing it.
You can use them for examples, but nothing's perfect. You can't make them your God. Like, just take what's working well for them.
Black couples is like such a rare thing. I remember like feeling like I never see, like, not even successful, I never ever see popping black men and black women.
Like in America, for example, if you look at like TV, like growing up, we had My Wife and Kids, and we had Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv. Like we had all of those things over in America. But here in the UK, we don't really have that representation. And then the ones that we do have here, I just feel like it's a little bit forced. Let it be natural. Like let's not just get any old couple because they're black and it's like, oh, these are the people that we have to aspire to be like, and this is the marriage goal and this is the region. I feel like that's very toxic.
I think like at a stage, even for me, like it made me not begrudging, yeah, but it's like what am I seeing that I'm not seeing?
Representation matters, man. Like when it comes to black love, same sex, they, them, however it works, whatever floats your boat, it's so important. Because growing up, before I even came out, I didn't see any queer couples. And no, my mum had a best friend, yes. And it was a lesbian relationship. And they both had children from previous relationships. And I think that's why I was okay knowing that my mum will be okay, because she was already kind of around that community. And I'll go to the house and I'll sleep over and mum will be there and we'll all just vibes in.
It's not about like raw, oh, you love these other people or whatever. It's more like it was feeling like raw. Like, what's wrong with us?
But then I've also seen like my mum go through black love that wasn't so nice, right? It wasn't that hunky-dory, oh my God, it's so amazing. She's living the romance, the fairy tale life. I've seen it. And I've also seen her put herself first and choose the right thing for her.
I don't really look to anybody's relationship, but I look to I love relationships that they've been through it. Because I feel like they represent real life.
What about your parents?
Yeah, they are, but I can't tell you that. I don't know if my mum's going to sit and be like, my dad's perfect, or that my dad's going to sit and say my mum's perfect, but in a healthy way. Like, I won't trade in my sisters. I can't stand them half the time. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would not trade them in. Don't know what I'd do without them, but they're annoying.
If I did not have that role model, I'd be the same person I am today. It's completely changed and formed who I am because I've seen an example of what I want.
I love love stories where it's like I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly, and you still chose that person. Like, I'm not saying struggle love or that's not what I'm saying, but just the real love.
And I can understand why certain people will be like, oh, I'm striving for marriage because maybe I didn't grow up seeing that, but I grew up seeing the whole dynamic, and I'm like, if I don't have this, it's not what I want.
A lot of times when we say real love, you might associate with like pretty love and stuff like that, but real means like the good, the bad, and the ugly. Do you know what I mean?
No, I totally
and I
get
think, I mean, I don't really invest in people's relationships, but if I were to, it would be a love that represented that.
Ooh, that's a lot to unpack there. I think I kind of touched on this a little bit when I was talking about when I was a little girl. I knew that I wanted a marriage where my children could look up to and say that that's, you know, what type of marriage they wanted. And I think that came from me being a child who had divorced parents.
Yeah.
And I saw, you know, I saw a lot growing up, and I knew I didn't want that. And I looked to television, and it's crazy that she said that. I looked to television. I saw the Cosbys. I saw Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv. I saw Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott. You know, he was gone before we was born, but I saw those representations.
Bernie Mac show.
Bernie
Martin.
Mac. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett.
Yeah.
I saw that and I loved that. The 90s was a time for black love.
Who was that? Was that Poetic Justice with Janet and Tupac?
Yeah, but they wasn't together.
Okay, but we see what they was trying to do.
Yeah. Oh, and not even that. Let's talk about Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
Ricky and his girlfriend. I saw that.
That's some reality check right there.
And I knew what I wanted. And I have said this before, but because I have went through a lot in my life at a young age, I knew that I wanted to be married. I wouldn't say young, but I did get married young. Yeah. Thank God, 10 years. Amen. Y'all, like that is such a blessing, because when we got married, we had the support of our family, but literally we was by ourselves.
Not real talk.
Outside of our family, we was by ourselves. So for us to make it to 10 years, I don't want to come off as I'm bragging or nothing, but that is a true blessing. True blessing.
I'm about to hype you up, but okay, you don't want to brag.
Yeah. So,
yeah, representation matters though.
It does. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No. I was gonna say much on it. Representation does matter. I feel like regardless of if you want to be like, I like that she mentioned that she's not invested, but sometimes when you are looking for answers, you look for it in other people. And I remember a personal journey. I'm not gonna go crazy in it, but I looked for answers in people that I couldn't find. I had to find it in myself. And then as I'm building character, I then became the realization that I was looking for. Yeah. So representation matters. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're looking in the mirror, it always matters. So
it does. I was going to end with this last point. We moved to a community where we don't see us a lot, like black couples a lot. It's oftentimes interracial couples or white couples. We don't see black families. We may see single dad and child and single mom and child.
Yeah, it's like a small percentage.
Yeah, but we don't see us a lot. So
in abundance.
In abundance. No, I don't see us a lot. I can't say the last family, black family.
I seen one in Walmart. The little baby girl was crying with the mom and dad. And it was, they're just letting her whine a little bit because they couldn't do nothing. She a toddler, you know what I'm saying? I remember that one. But.
Yeah, but I remember we went to this event and it was a little boy. He may have been adopted, and he was black, and he was in a white family. He just kept looking back at us and kept smiling.
Which is crazy. You see that often, too, out here. I got a story about that. A little girl who was adopted.
Yeah, so just seeing us, you don't know what that's doing to him.
Yeah.
You know, that's representation. And oftentimes when we are out and about, kids who are not in a household with two black parents, and they are black, they gravitate towards us and our children, and they ask our children about us. So representation does matter, especially in climates like what I described is kind of similar to what they're experiencing in the UK.
Yeah.
What would you describe as a beautiful expression of black love?
Aww. You ever seen a black man embrace a black woman? Like, you ever seen the way that their skins electrify the whole environment?
As much as I hate the whole airing out your business and stuff like that, I like how we protect our relationships when we're not being childish.
I just think there's a different kind of sauce when I see that engagement. I don't even need to be in that engagement. Just when I see it, I'm just like, When I see a black woman being loved on by a black man. My favourite song.
Crazy.
Loud it.
You know that whole that don't leave the house. Like, we guard our love in that way to a place of our detriment, but I do also understand the importance of that.
Community. That's one thing that I think we have down to a T. And I think that's beautiful when you see it. You see a community raising a family, if that makes any sense. Yeah.
Takes a village to raise a child, they say, right? Growing together, having that support and being an example. Not a kind of fake example, but a real example to your kids.
They keep
and
saying that.
Yeah, I think that if you care for each other enough, then it can work.
Creating a space of healing, having a safe space, I think is so important. I think that would be, like, for me personally, probably the best expression of, like, black love. Just, you're safe with me and vice versa.
I like the way Beyonce and Jay-Z's, one of their kids, what's her? B? Is it Blue? That's one. I like the way she moves like both of them sometimes. Like, I can see both of them in her, and I'm like, it's kind of cool. Like, she's like made of this love.
The way Gabrielle Union and her husband love their trans child, that is beautiful black love right there, you know. So I think sometimes when we talk about black love, their daughter, who is a trans girl, they love her and they support her with everything. And they create this environment around her where no one can penetrate it.
Even for males, it is really hard for them, like, and they have to be in their masculine and not really show anything. But I want my little baby to come and be like, come to me and cry, you know? Yeah. Not every day, but like...
Well, when he needs to.
Yeah, like, I'm here, and vice versa. Like, we've got abandonment issues and stuff, and we want to be able to feel like we're heard, we're safe, we're listened to, we're appreciated on both ends. So I think, for me, like, that would be the best expression of, like, black love.
In the black community, the stereotype would say that that doesn't happen often, but to me, that is the pinnacle of black love. Allowing your child to be who they are and create an environment where they feel safe, and no matter what goes out there in the world, they can always come home and feel accepted for who they are. Yep. For me, that's the pinnacle of black love.
When I was growing up, I used to really love, like, my wife and kids.
Yeah.
Like, seeing that was like, that is what I want. Like, the way he was with his wife, his kid, that is what I love.
Yeah, and my girls that are loved up on, it just looks, I know it's not easy, but it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
For me, I think it's finding your woman, holding it down, having a long relationship where she continues to glow, you continue to glow. It's not like you marry her and then she's now dressing down, and you know, but like, you continue to grow and glow, have some beautiful kids, they grow, they glow, and that's like a kind of a symbol for it. I think it's important, in my opinion.
I think me personally, I see peace and security, and I like the community that he actually mentioned about too, because you know, and the stereotype, because oftentimes you see a black family, you instantly think, not seeing a black family, but you see a child and a mother, you think single mother. You see a child and a father, you think single father, and you instantly get that baby daddy, baby mama word thrown around so frequently. But I personally, when I see a family, I see security. You know what I'm saying? Happiness and peace. And I just see that. I see balance. You know what I'm saying? I see all of that.
Yeah, I think community is a big part of what I like. Yeah, I kind of spoke on what I thought.
Moving forward, how can we make black love a more positive experience for millennials?
I think the ways in which we can make black love more positive for millennials is see the beauty in it, not the battle. And that's the problem. I think we always see the battle and we overlook the beauty. It's difficult because some of us are a bit jaded and we feel disheartened. If we keep looking at the beauty and aim for that and not the battle, then I think it'll make for a better environment for us all.
By not leading with the negative and talking more positively about our experiences, because not all of our experiences are negative, even if they didn't work out in the way that you thought it would.
Take away the toxicity. Like, let's stop glorifying it. It's not cute. You guys don't want it.
Yeah.
You actually don't want it. So why do you keep
glorifying it?
Yeah. Take away the toxicity.
What needs to be understood is the game's changed. It seems like each side, and I say side, men, women, right, don't seem to understand exactly what it is that the other side wants.
I think the positive examples need more highlighting.
Yes.
People get married, they're happy, they're at home, but I think we need more couples to kind of speak. I think couples that are in love and happy as well.
If these things aren't learned soon, the next generation is going to be mad.
They're already mad, fam.
No, you can't.
You know why I say you can't? Because love ain't pleasant, man.
Music really like touches young people. So I think if you listen to like the music these days, that we're not sending out the right message. I was listening to Jagged Edge on the way here, I think. I was like, oh, why don't guys sing or like rap about stuff like this anymore?
Right.
And they don't sing or rap like that to us anymore.
It's
like,
true, yeah.
And so like the kids are listening to this music thinking, yeah,
Bro,
he's
that's
got
just,
bad.
we don't even come up with, like, we don't have the music like that no more where they throw their arms out and they start hitting them high notes and the camera be real low. They don't have that no more.
Wait, I'm trying to think. Who was that who had a song, a video where he was completely naked?
What?
Yes.
Who?
What? I mean, he didn't. You didn't see
I know
it unless
no,
you watched it after.
I have an older sister.
After dark.
Yeah, I have an older sister.
But
yeah.
his song was a love song, right? Like
Is it
back in the day.
D'Angelo?
Yeah, him.
But I hate that I had to mention it. You knew who you was talking about.
No, you remember the controversy when that came out?
See, now you
Like, oh my God,
everybody was saying that he was probably naked for real.
But they didn't show it. Yeah, but like back in the day, they made you feel loved, and I'm a teenager at this point, and you know, but I felt loved.
It was in the lyrics.
Yeah, I feel like we are coming back to that. I really, really do, in our own way. And I say that because we have so many podcasts, so many Pop the Balloon, so many Find Love, so many all these things. I think we are seriously coming to that, and I think it's because we're older now. But this is the downfall with that. I feel like everybody has a voice, and some of the voices are toxic voices. We all have a voice because we're on social media. And some people just be talking about out the side of their neck.
I agree.
I don't agree with things like black men cheat. There's no good men out there. I don't.
It's the negative they try to paint over everything, and it's not going to ever elevate nobody.
Yeah.
Because it's making people believe that's the reality when they come across a black man.
Right, right.
But I do believe that we need to paint more highlighted versions of us just being mad positive, whether it's in a relationship or a dating scope.
Yeah.
Even with raising kids, you know what I'm saying? Because it creates a domino effect, whether you think it is or not. People see that and they instantly think to themselves, where can I just, tighten the boat in my life a little bit? Because the way she is handling this situation, or the way she brought this to this, to the perspective of everybody. Now they looking at it in a different way. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, the child maybe broke the glass. One parent may holler, but the other parent may say, what can we make this a lesson out of?
Right,
things of that nature.
Right, and I do want to correct something. I'm not saying that black men don't cheat, because there are a lot of black men who out there cheat. What I'm saying is, I don't agree with once a cheater is always a cheater. People learn and they grow.
Yeah.
And women are not innocent either.
Yeah,
okay?
It's both.
You learn
both
and you
parties.
grow.
Yeah, I got what you're saying.
Be here, bad be there. It's not gonna cultivate any good relationships, I don't think.
In life, people are always trying, especially on Instagram, you're always trying to show like the best, your best foot, your best this, your best that. But then when it comes to relationships, you're always telling us like the negatives. Show us the positives too, because that can have such an impact. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, be honest, man.
I think showing more, I think we don't see enough in the media. Because I think, because we have the internet and we have so much things that are glorifying and glamorizing this toxic love, I think showing more positive black couples, black experiences, I feel like defo helps.
More positive black shows.
Just putting them on the pedestal they deserve to be put on, isn't it?
Not every day we fighting each other on, what's it called, love and hip hop and everything.
One of them, yeah.
That's true as well.
Yeah.
Outreach.
I feel like we need to just get back to loving, and I feel like we need to be a bit more intentional, a bit more forgiving, and actually love each other.
I'd also like people to talk about the realness of it as well. So it's like the goodness of the marriages, but then also the realness and being open about it, so that people see. Because if you're just showing, life is great, everything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? You need to show the highs and the lows and how you get through it, and then
because
we're all humans, we all go through stuff anyway. So yeah.
And let's stop with the narrative of black men don't like black women.
Oh, that's another one.
True.
I remember someone saying this years ago, the younger generation don't know we're joking. They proper think that is war. And now you see it today. I don't think I get through a week without hearing some sort of back and forth. Some guy moved to me the other day, and when I said I wasn't interested, he was like, black men are the only men that black women hate. Like he was so serious. It was so sad. I just thought people really believe these things, do you know what I mean? And I was like focus on what you actually are seeing, do you know what I mean, rather than what you're hearing.
It's like You're gonna get hurt. You will find disappointment. People will disappoint you, and that's okay. Like,
but does it have to
not
be as
everything that's beautiful is beautiful. If that makes sense.
You just gotta do better, man. We do.
Yeah.
Each of us, like both sides, we just gotta do better, man.
Big thing is people are really not great with character judgment.
Yes.
Like, they're not great with looking at someone and receiving all the stuff that they give you, the information, the red flags, and saying, okay, this is enough.
Yeah.
You know, I need to leave.
I just feel like most things that are important in life do take work. You're going to have to go at it. I don't really feel like there's a perfect person. You just can't rely on Instagram and like your best friend's fairy tale of her highlights of her relationship.
One thing that an ex told me one time that spun me when she told me, but it actually made sense. She said, "What?" She said, you're gonna experience heartbreak many more times in your life." I said, "Fucking hell, that's a way to break up with someone. Jesus Christ!" But she explained further, and she said, "Don't say because of this you're not gonna love someone again."
Yeah. She sounds insightful.
Yeah, babe, she was. I mean, fuck her though, but she was.
Fuck her because she's gone. But
yeah, no.
Thanks for that, Jen.
Because she definitely tried to make me sign a NDA after the bloody cheek of her. These bloody influencers. But anyways, moving on. Anyways.
If we had set certain, not rules, but like certain guidelines in place, we could be as free as we wanted to. We wouldn't have to be as guarded with our hearts and thinking about like misplaced trust and all these sort of things. If we had a little bit more regimen and guidelines to how we date, it could be so much easier.
But one good thing about her that she did say was, you're going to experience heartbreak, whether that's breakups, whether that's people dying, but that shouldn't stop you from still going after the things you want with all your heart and just getting used to it. And I felt like the moment I understood that, wow, okay, this is it's going to happen. Let me get used to it happening, and then when it doesn't happen, great. But when it does, cool, this is part of the flipping process. You know what I mean? I'm still gonna love. This is just something that might happen, and the sooner you come to terms with it, the better. I just think we just gotta grow from our experiences, be them positive or negative, and just try and take them forward with you.
Honestly, you just need to find someone that is your happy place. Someone that makes you feel at home, make you feel calm, and make you feel like you can just let go. And I'm just hoping people share more of that. Like on TikTok, you know, when you share like my dry story that I showed at the beginning, the next time I come on here in like, I don't know, a year or two, I'll be like, I'm married with a child coming in 4 years.
I feel like your experiences don't define you, so, you know, you might have bucked the wrong partner, you go again. You got to obviously be, you can't go again too many times, and then you start getting into a different section of life, but obviously, you know what I mean?
For the next generation, we need honesty. We need communication.
Definitely.
We need accountability. Everything is passed down, innit? Traumas are passed down, behaviour patterns and habits are passed down. So we need to learn to break that, and the only way we can break it is if we have communication.
You're going to get your heart broken, man. It's okay, but you will be okay. And you will learn some things about yourself and other people, and you will be able to love someone else better. You know
That's
what I mean?
a bar.
I promise you will be all right. You won't die.
Us having this conversation today is a beautiful example of what needs to continue.
That's why I really wanted to do this show, because I wanted to see the positive side of stuff. So.
This one.
It's
this new one.
It's like a babe. There's meant to be a babe, and it's like they take a picture.
This new one. It's the new love heart.
All right, we're gonna stop right there. Make sure you guys check the channel out. This was deep. A lot of perspective.
Yeah.
A lot of perspectives.
Was top 5 favorite videos about dating. Okay, so I agree with a lot of what they said in the end, but I do want to say one thing. One of the guys said that couples should show the negative sides to it, and I agree to that to an extent. Because I'm telling y'all right now, y'all other than us speaking on a topic, y'all ain't getting it from us. Y'all just not, because you have to guard your relationship, especially from outside forces such as the internet. Everything is not meant for the internet. That's why we have pulled back on some subjects, because everybody is not going to be receptive to it in a positive light.
No, definitely. Yeah.
And it can drain you, and it can drain your relationship. So always be mindful of that.
To see you was done?
Yeah.
Yeah, to see the negatives of a couple going through whatever it is they're going through, it's like, I don't know how you can really, benefit 1,000% from that
right.
without thinking to yourself something wrong with them at the end of the day. And the cool little quote that I just thought about was that whenever a storm is happening, you won't be outside staring at the flower. But when the storm is gone, then you go outside to look at the flower bloom. And then you be like, that's a nice looking flower.
Yeah.
But when the storm is there, you're not going to be out there in the rain with the flower.
Right, no.
Even if it's the window. Most times you're going to turn your head and just keep doing what you're doing. So, yeah, I don't know about that.
Take cover.
Yeah, you're going to take cover, most likely.
Yeah, I'm saying because I know of one couple who they were getting a divorce. And the day that they decided to get the divorce, they got on the internet, on live.
They had a divorce party or something?
In real time.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Maybe that's on y'all, though. That's on y'all. That was my 2 cents.
A lot of takeaways. Let us know what you guys think about it, how y'all handle some of these questions that they pitched out as well, because I'm interested. We're interested to know what you guys think about it.
Yeah, this was a cool video. We hope you guys enjoyed it with us. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Peace.